Hey, it's a brand new day. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, and I'm glad you're here. We got a lot in store for you today. We're going to cover so many things, and as we do with every episode of the Rundown with Ramon, it's going to be amazing. I hope for you, and I know at least for me as well. Love being here on the Rundown with Ramon. We got covering today. We're going to talk about 5 pillars of fitness that keep you thriving. We're going to talk about how mindset helped her build. I think it was $1 billion brand, but we can learn from that too, even though many of us are not $1 billion companies. Most important at flagship piece of the day is all entrepreneurs should harness content creation. The future is now that all small business owners should be a publisher. Some tips from Google. They're cracking down on remote work. What does that mean for you? What does that mean for us? We're going to touch on OpenAI. Believes it will have 174 billion with a B in sales by the end of 2030. College graduates are hitting a job search hurdle. This is huge. And Max, a streaming site, is cracking down on password sharing. We got all that and more on the brand new Rundown with Ramon. Good day to you. Glad you're here. Buckle up, sit tight, sit back, and get ready for all new episode of the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, giving you the top things you need to know for build your best life and start or grow your business. And today happens to be Thursday, April 24th. Glad you're here. And whether you're watching this on demand, weeks, years, months later, or watching it live, glad you're here. Hey, good day to the peeps who's showing up. Iana, the musical web. Good day to you, Iana. Glad you're here. So glad you're here today. Alexandria Nicole, good day to you, Alexandria. Thanks for being here on the Rundown with Ramon. I appreciate you sharing your energy with me today as we get started on a brand new episode of the Rundown with Ramon. Here we go. So let's dive right into it. Our headline number 1, talking about how the 5 pillars of fitness keep me thriving and how they can work for you too. We have a brand new writer, Pamela Gold. Congratulations, Pamela Gold. Glad you're here on the Rundown with Ramon. And we talk about these tips on zoneofgenius.com. I invite you to join us there, zoneofgenius.com. Sign up to our email newsletter. Don't miss out on an episode. And we know that health is important. We know fitness is important, but how many of us are doing this on a regular basis? I came home yesterday from all day out serving at my little sister, as it were, not literally, but my little sister, my friend, my church minister, her funeral service. I was out all day yesterday in the heat of the cemetery and more, and came home and I had some cranberry juice, orange juice, and some soda. I shouldn't have had soda. It's not healthy for me, but I had it yesterday. So Pamela Gold shares these tips on how we can be more fit, more successful in fitness. And physical fitness is your energy engine. If you're not physically fit, it's hard to run businesses. Part of that as well is our mental fitness. It's not just about our physical body, but mental fitness is important as well. Are we eating properly? Because what we eat, what we put into our business, into our body is so important. So I want you to keep that in mind. Are you physically fit and doing all the things you need to do to be fit? This doesn't mean you have to be a gym rat and go to the gym every day and heave ho, heave ho, heave ho. But I think at the very least, this does mean to be cognizant of what goes into our bodies. Be cognizant. Are we moving our bodies? Are we stretching? Are we doing all the things we can do to give our beautiful bodies that God made the best chance we have to be better at life? If you just joined, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. We got an eclectic mix of tips and insights and strategies to help you grow your business and live your best life. Don't miss out. If you're loving these tips, you can go to zoneofgenius.com, zoneofgenius.com, and definitely sign up. Ding, 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 as we get to our next topic of the day. Going back to that fitness thread, I saw this headline. It was very interesting to me. Again, covered this on zoneofgenius.com. There's a fitness apparel influencer, millions of followers, et cetera. Her name is Heidi Summers. Heidi Summers, name is right in front of me. And she built this business. And these stories that I'm sharing are not unique. We hear these stories quite a bit. But it always is interesting to me how the power of somebody's mindset can make or break and cause a shift and cause a difference in the success of one's business and or life. We can't help what's thrown at us. We can't help how the economy is or how the economy isn't. We can't change that. We can help that. Those external forces we have very little to do with. But the one thing that we can have an effect on, the one thing that can make a difference for us, the one thing that can be in our control is how we react to it. So COVID happened to all of us just a few years ago in 2020, 5 years ago. COVID happened. Some succeeded, some didn't succeed through no fault of their own. The stress was so intense. The push was so intense. Sometimes our human efforts are just not enough. But I know my case, I popped up an online event, got sponsors together. They said yes and sponsored a mega conference, which helped me fund and be able to provide for my family during those first few months of COVID when it was absolutely horrible. Mindset is so important. Kevin Bernard, glad you're here today on the Rundown with Ramon. Mindset is so important. And we hear this quite a bit. We hear this every time, Alexandria. We hear this all the time, Iana, but it is so important. And I do know one thing. If you have the right mindset, does this mean you're always going to be guaranteed the chance of success? No. But I do guarantee you this. If you have the wrong mindset, I guarantee 9 times out of 10, you will fail at what you're trying to do. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon, your boost of energy and insights daily show bringing to you. Unless I'm not doing it, I try to schedule a lot, let y'all know what's happening. But don't forget, if you want these insights, don't miss out. Check us out at zoneofgenius.com, zoneofgenius.com. Check us out every single episode and or insights that we share. You can check us out at zoneofgenius.com. Next thing I want to touch on, this is of interest to me and I hope of interest to you. I've talked about this for years, but in today's economy of AI and the tools and the apps increasing, all entrepreneurs, I wrote this, should harness content creation. The future is ours. And this article is inspired from something that ManyChat wrote, M-A-N-Y. ManyChat is a company that helps you get DMs through Instagram. And it's so important to keep in mind, Deborah Dixon, I encourage all small business owners to harness the aspect that we should all be publishers. We should all be content producers. This doesn't mean you shouldn't do advertising. This doesn't mean you shouldn't do billboard ads. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do direct mail, all the things that you can do. But I must say, if you're not producing consistent content to your right fit customer, you're not giving your thought leadership there. This is what I talk about in my book, Celebrity CEO. I encourage every entrepreneur who has the opportunity to be the celebrity CEO in your business. It's time that we are content publishers and that we are content producers. It's time, if you're not doing that yet, it's time to do it. And if you're not doing it well, it's time to do it right. We talk about this again. Don't miss out. Go to zoneofgenius.com. The rise of the content creator entrepreneur. And I'm not talking about that entrepreneur, Deborah Dixon, who's doing content like, oh, look at me, I'm painting my nails, and TikTok or Facebook or Instagram is paying them a couple $100 a month for producing content. That is one type of creator, sure. My daughter does that, ASMR, and she gets paid to do that. But the content creation I'm really talking about is producing content that builds trust, builds thought leadership, gets attention for your business, and then that you convert to sales. Thanks, Deborah Dixon, for being here. I remember that event, Ramon. That was an awesome event. Yes, mindset is important for sure. Again, if you just joined, my name is Ramon Ray, 5-time entrepreneur, 5-time author, publisher of zoneofgenius.com. Definitely go there to zoneofgenius.com. Sign up. Don't miss out on an episode. Zoneofgenius.com. Sign up today. Talking about the rise of the content entrepreneur, the importance of producing content that helps your audience, that helps your business, that people understand who you are, what you do, and builds trust. They see you over and over and over again, and they want to build trust with you. Being a publisher is so important. Do you have a book out? Do you have a podcast? Do you have a TEDx talk? If that's something you want to do, you're interested in being on a TEDx stage, DM me, see me, connect with me, the word TEDx, and let me know if you're willing to make that investment and learn how to give a proper TEDx talk and be on a TEDx stage. It could change your life. Let me know if you're interested in that. DM me across platforms, the keyword TEDx, and I'll send you some information on that. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. If you're looking for somebody to host your next event, see me, keynote speaker, motivational keynote speaker and event host, and then sign up on zoneofgenius.com. Moving on to our next point of the day. Interesting. Google is cracking down on remote work. Google is pushing back Again, I know these are billion-dollar brands. I'm talking about huge companies, but I want to remind you there's a lot we can learn from these huge companies. So think about Google. What is Google saying? Work from the office at least 3 days a week or risk losing your job, says Google. Says Google. People think remote work is all good, and it is good for some people depending on what you're doing, but more and more companies are saying we need you back in the office that we've invested space in. We need you back in the office for collaboration. We need you back in the office because being distributed, being alone, everybody in their own silos is not working out for the greater company. That's what Google is saying. What about yourself, those of you who have employees? Now, my team is remote, offshore mainly, and we work well for what we're doing. But when you're a larger company, you have a team of 10 people, 20 people, 50 people, you really need that in-person communication oftentimes because that's where you really gel and get to know each other. Welcome to the brand new episode of The Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today. Next up, OpenAI is saying they expect 174 billion in sales by 2020. That's no joke. What does that mean? No, you're not going to get a piece of that 174 billion in sales from them. But let me tell you this. If you are not leveraging the power of AI at the basic level, you're missing out just by doing the simple basic things to help you with ideas, to help you reformat graphics, to help you dive into numbers, to help you see anomaly in numbers, to help you create graphics. I'm creating graphics in ChatGPT. I do simple things like, hey, take these things from a spreadsheet, strip out the bullet points, reorganize them into a numerical order. Simple things like that I'm doing. Changing, game changer for me. You don't have to wait for a team member to do it. And I'm encouraging my team members as well to harness the power of AI in their businesses. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. And if you're not leveraging AI, you need to be. And those of you that are leveraging AI like I am, see how you can leverage it more and more and more and build in the systems, build in the processes of what you're doing. Sadly, ding, 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 college grads are hitting a job search hurdle. So here's the thing. It's not easy to apply for a job anymore. It's not easy to get a job anymore. I know many college graduates, they're just applying. And yes, many companies are hiring still the old-fashioned way. They're just sucking in resumes and hiring people. But have you thought about DMing people and saying, hey, can we have an online coffee, as it were? Can we meet in person? Hey, could I interview you to get your insight on hiring to build a closer relationship, to build a closer connection? Yes, when companies are hiring thousands and hundreds and dozens of people at a time, it's hard to stand out. But can it hurt to build a relationship with somebody? Because maybe they're not hiring you today, but when they need to hire you, they may remember, hey, who's that young man? Who's that young lady who I had coffee with, who I met on Zoom, who I had a 15-minute conversation with, who asked me some smart questions? That may be where your next job opportunity is. Ding, 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 ding. Fun little, not fun so much, but a little news item. Max, the streaming service from Warner Brothers Discovery, is saying it's taking a page out of Netflix's book and saying, hey, if you want to share passwords, we're having an extra member add-on, which lets subscribers add a person outside of their household as a primary account holder for $8 monthly fee. They're cracking down on it. And it's not, they don't know you're sharing passwords. They know what your home computer in your home is and where it's married from your mother-in-law from Indiana and you're in New Jersey. They know, and they're going to begin to crack down on it. Listen, what does this mean for us small business owners? Sometimes you want to be nice. Sometimes you want to be all customer servicey and all that stuff. And all the time you should be. But sometimes you also got to worry about the profitability of your business. My name is Ramon Ray. When we come back, if you have a question, if you have a thought, if you have a question you have for Ramon Ray, please get ready to ask that. If not, we're going to close down this show. This has been great to be here on The Rundown with Ramon. But if you got a question for me, got a comment, whether you're watching live or on demand, pop it in the chat, ask it, tag me, and I'll answer it as best I can. Either I'll answer it live on the show, I'll answer it in the comments, or I'll save it and do it on video for the next Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today. We're going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back as we talk about something else. And I'm going to play this little interview I did with D.L. Hughley, how he talked about the importance and power of a smile. Listen to this. You talked about smile and the importance of presentation. Can you just repeat that again? Why that smile and
you remember when Magic Johnson got all his business opportunities. In addition to, he was a great athlete. There were a lot of great athletes, but what did he have? Smile. they said he had a smile that would light up a room. Because yeah, you can do your job, but to be trusted, it means affable. It means that you're approachable. It means that you are warm. And I think because we've grown up where a smile to our detriment in our communities, we haven't understood that we had in a different environment, in the corporate environment, in an environment where you're trying to ask somebody for something. They have to see you as affable, as trustworthy.
Thank you, sir. Wow, that was good, wasn't it? Importance of a smile. I'll be right back. You got a question, got a comment for me? Let me know. And if not, I'll get ready to close down the Rundown with Ramon. I'll be right back in about 9 seconds. As promised, I am back. My name is Ramon Ray, 5-time entrepreneur. Don't forget to sign up, subscribe to zoneofgenius.com. Get your free email newsletter access, where we send you information and insights to help you grow your business. Looking for the best event host and MC in the world? Definitely want to see me. Get to know me better at RamonRay.com. Let me host or MC your next event. Questions, thoughts, comments before we close down? I don't see there are any, so I think we're going to wrap up this show. It's been a blessing and beautiful to be here with you day in and day out on the Rundown with Ramon as we approach about 300 episodes of me going live and sharing insights with you for the Rundown with Ramon. Be well, be good, be amazing, and thanks so much for being with me today. I'll see you next time on the next edition of the Rundown with Ramon. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you next time. Take care and be blessed.